Hello, my beautiful friends. How is everybody doing today? I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I am so excited about today's video. We're actually going to do a Shop My Stash. I haven't done one of those in a long time, and you guys will see how desperately I need to do a declutter video. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be showing you a lot of my products, you guys. It's ridiculous. Ignore my mess. I need to totally declutter, clean, sterilize everything. It is a disaster. Wait till you see this. Okay, you guys, this is my desk where I get ready every day on the normal, and it's a disaster. As you can see, things are just everywhere. I don't have places to put half of this stuff anymore. So let's get through this, you guys. Let's just start with somewhere of where we're going to begin. So on this upper drawer here, this is like my mascaras, eyebrow products and stuff. And I mean, as you can see, it's just out of control, you guys. So let's use something I have not used in a while that I kind of would like to revisit. So this kind of caught my eye right here. I actually got it in my BoxyCharm. I honestly don't even know what it's called. I'm going to have to look into this. But I do think I want to use this. I think I've used pretty much everything else up here, you know, recently. So, and here I was thinking, as I was going through my drawer, I remember ordering this on Amazon. I don't think it was really long wearing or waterproof, even though it says 24 hour. So I'm kind of tempted to revisit this. So I'm going to use this as my mascara, this as a eyeliner for sure. I have tons of like primers, powders in here. This is like more foundations. You guys, it's just so unorganized, filthy. This I just dusted not too long ago, and it's already dusty again. Setting sprays, primers, more primers, setting sprays. It's a disaster. I have stuff up here. I have some foundations. All of my lip pencils here. You guys were getting off track. So let's go into this here are all my palettes. Well, not all of them, just some of them. And this really needs to be cleared out because I really need to make some room here. Bigger palettes are way in the back, but there's actually a palette I am thinking of using because I have not used it in a while, and that is up here. And I think I only used it maybe once or twice on my channel, and it's this here, the one size, and I actually saw that it's on sale for 20 bucks on Sephora's website. I believe I will double check on that. For my setting powder, I think I'm going to use this. This was actually in my purse, but I brought it out. I'm going to use this Moira. I really want to show you guys this again, how blurring this is. So for my powder, for sure, I'm going to use that. Let's think of a primer, you guys. I actually want to revisit this primer. I got it as a gift. And it's by, what is it called? Strivectin. And it's supposed to be an anti-wrinkle anti-wrinkle line blur perfector. So let's try this. I actually did a TikTok on it, and I really liked it, so I definitely want to try that again. Here it's lashes and cream products, and yeah, very unorganized, you guys. But I was thinking about the blush, and I think I want to use this. I have not used this forever. A Winky Lux here, so I definitely want to revisit this. But for some reason, I feel like it wasn't super pigmented, so I might need another blush over it. But we will think about that, you guys. And I'm debating if I want to do a cream bronzer or a powder bronzer. I've been using a lot of cream bronzers lately. Okay, here's the other out of control drawer here. This is setting sprays. This is foundations, concealers. Yeah, you guys. So I think for a foundation, I actually want to use Wet and Wild, and I do have two different shades, so I will bring them both down because I'm not sure what shade I would be using right now. So I think I'm going to use this, and I actually have a new concealer that I do want to try out, and I think that's over here. Here it is. It's actually by Make. I saw it over on Instagram, and you know, there's some people really raving about it, so I think I'm going to try that as my concealer. So here is more powders, you know, more like loose powders. I have like a lot of my blushes, bronzers. Let's look for a bronzer. I think it's actually going to be between these two today. Let's use this Believe Beauty one. I really enjoyed that one. It gives me a nice glow. And then maybe let's pick out a, where does this go, you guys? Oh, I think it was up here. This e.l.f. one, I really have not used much on my channel. I don't know how well it will go with that other cream bronzer, but let's bring that, you guys. And then for a loose powder, I think I've been pretty good at rotating these as well. This one I haven't used much, and I haven't used it recently, so let's use the Huda Beauty loose powder. In this area, I actually have some more. I have, that's all of my She Glam here. I have some of my favorite palettes are up here. There's more stuff down here, you guys. I have a whole other drawer of just craziness. So that's definitely why I have been really procrastinating on this declutter. Okay, you guys, we still have to look for a lipstick and lip liner. Okay, here are all of my lip liners, but let's pick out a lipstick first, and that is this drawer here, you guys. It goes all the way back. This drawer is completely out of control, and I have to do, this will probably be a whole video in itself, is this a crazy drawer here. Okay, you guys, so what I decided on, I'm going to bring down a couple lipsticks because I'm not sure what direction I'm going to go. So I'm going to bring down this Maybelline one here. I'm going to bring down the Essence 03. This is nude. I'm going to bring down my Patrick Ta, and this is just a lip gloss. And the lip liner, you guys, I'm just going to bring down my trusty Essence, and this is because, duh, you guys, I have to get through this video. And I think for setting spray, I'm actually going to use this Joa Setfection, and try that out again because I haven't used that in a while. I'm just going to throw everything in my basket, and we're going to head downstairs. Okay, I've moved everything down to the basement where I film, and I've already primed my eyes. This is my favorite primer from Amazon. And again, the palette is the one from One Size, Patrick Star, and this is what it looks like. I love this palette. It's pretty neutral, but it does have a pop of color as well. So I think I'm actually going to start right here with the shade Mango, and I'm actually going to use a nice fluffy brush, and I'm just going to use a windshield wiper motion and just place that on the crease just to add a little bit of base and color. So I am sure everybody has seen my girl, Allie Glines. She reached 800,000 subscribers, you guys. I am so proud of her. I felt like a proud mother when she finally got there. I've been watching it creep ever since about, she got like, it was like 780, 779. And it stayed there for a while. And then all of a sudden, I think with the announcement of her baby and everything, it just really flew up there. And I was watching one of her videos. It was like at $7.99. I'm like, come on, you guys. Somebody subscribe. I was going to take everybody's phone that I knew and just start hitting her subscribe button because I really wanted this for her. And yeah, she's holding some huge giveaway. So she's such a generous, generous soul. I just absolutely love her. So many nice things are heading her way this year. So you guys know how I feel about her. She's just a complete angel. With a smaller, fluffier brush, I'm going to use this shade here, Taupe of My Game, and just pack that on there pretty good. And I'm going to start with my inner corner first and just add a little bit of that shade here, you guys. I think I've told you guys in the past, but for some reason, a halo eye is a little bit more difficult for me, and I don't know why. It could be because of the shape of my eye. But yeah, you guys, I really struggle with making a halo eye look good on my eyes. So I'm actually just going to keep trying, you guys, until I get it down. So once I place both of those shades in the inner and outer corner, I just take whatever's left on the brush and just lightly dust over that, because this is basically going to be like a shimmer or something. So I'm just layering all these shades here until I get what I'm happy with. So again, right now I'm just going on the inner and outer corner and lightly sweeping whatever's left on my brush across the eye. So that's what we're looking at right now. Right now it looks a little crazy, but we have to trust the process, you guys. This is where I always run into trouble. I get very nervous that it looks really muddy, but we will just keep working on it, you guys, and see what happens. So yeah, you guys, I have been having some strange hair and skin problems ever since I had COVID. And did you guys experience that? Like right now, I am seeing like little flakes of skin on my eyelid, which, you know, that rarely happens. I mean, back in the day maybe, but not recently. But have you guys been having, you know, issues? I know a lot of you have had COVID, and did that happen to you where your hair looks just very dull? My skin I've been fighting with, and again, like my eyelids are super dry. Help me out here, you guys. I hope it's normal and it's just not, you know, another obstacle we have to face in aging. Okay, and I think I'm just going to darken up the outer and inner corner, and I think I'm going to use a brownie here. And I think I'm just going to go down a brush size, and I'm just going to place a little bit on the inner and outer corner, but I'm not going to really sweep that shade across everything. So this is looking pretty dramatic, you guys, and I'm going to the grocery store. Oh boy, it's usual for me. My poor mother, she's got to laugh every time we go out somewhere because I'm always wearing some crazy look to the grocery store. But that is what we're doing today, and oh well, you guys, it'll be fun. So again, we got to trust this process. So I am going to sweep that a little bit in towards the center of my eye. Okay, you guys, and here was my vision. I want to use this Olivet right here, and I'm going to place that on my ring finger and just place that in the center here and go pretty far up. That is such a pretty shade, and I'm actually just going to just do that. That actually looks really nice. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that brownie and just, you know, lightly sweep that into that Olivet shade, just to blend those two together. So I'm actually just taking that fluffy brush, the first brush I was using, and I'm just using a flicking motion just to try to blend all this together. So I think to soften the look around the brow bone, I'm actually going to use this shade Manila Sands and just place that on a flat brush. You guys, I'm telling you, this brain fog or whatever it is, I don't know. It's gotten really bad. And it's like, whenever I'm just trying to focus, it's really hard. And again, I think that's coming from the COVID. It is just bizarre, you guys, the after effects that you know, continue to linger. Like yesterday, I couldn't get off my couch. I just seriously had no energy to do anything. So what I'm doing is taping this on a Sunday. I'm going to have to edit this, you guys, and I'm going to have to get this all done to try to have this video come out tomorrow, where I had all day yesterday that I could have done something. It's gotten really bad. Okay, you guys, I'm going to just trust this look, and hopefully with every, you know, all the rest of the makeup, it's going to come together. Okay, let's get into this long wearing gel eyeliner. Again, I got this on Amazon, and I cannot remember how I liked it, and it does have a brown and a black. And I think with this look, I don't know, you guys, let's use black. That way we can really see what's going on here. So that is what the pot looks like. And it did come with these really nice brushes. I do remember liking the brushes a lot. So again, we're going to do a wear test because I cannot remember this formula. I do love this brush a lot, but I'm actually going to use a little bit more firm brush, and I believe this is just, no, this is a Morphe brush here, so it's an angled brush. So I'm going to place a little bit on there and actually just tap off any excess on my hand. And what I've been finding, like for my hooded eyes, or if you have a hard time creating a wing, I just take this and I start like right at the lower lash line and then just start moving that up. Now this one isn't as pigmented as my elf one. So as you can see, I just kind of made like a little, I don't know, guide as to where I want to go. And then I actually take this little pointy brush here and place a little bit of that product on here. Ooh, I have a little bit too much. And then I just work my way towards the center of the eye. Yeah, I will say the e.l.f. one was way easier to work with. This one could be dried out. But I just felt like the e.l.f. one was a lot easier to work with. But as you can see how easy, though, it was to create that wing. And then you can take that flat one and just really smudge everything out. But as you can see, it has the pretty good, decent wing. Okay, so my wing is pretty even, you guys. I have been finding that starting with the lower lash line using an angle brush is really working out for me. And I'm almost starting to like these kind of liners instead of the liquid liners because it does make that a lot easier as well. Okay, you guys, let's get into the complexion part of this. And again, I'm going to try this primer that I got, and it's by Strivectin. So I'm super excited to see if it really works because on my TikTok the other day when I used it, it really did blur the wrinkles. But then I used it again a different day and I did get some pilling. So I don't know if I went in too quickly, but we're going to just try it out again, you guys. So I used about that much because that's what, you know, the packaging said how much to use. So I'm just going to start placing that in the T-zone and up through here. And hopefully we will see some blurring action. And as of right now, I'm not getting pilling. So it could have been the particular skincare I was using that day that it was not mixing with. So let's see, you guys, if we get any blurring and if it does conceal the wrinkles. So I'm even going to place a little bit under my eye. I did not get any pilling this time, so it must have been one of the skincare products I was using. So I'm super happy with that. Okay, so what I did find with this product here is it filled in my pores really well. I'm really liking this so far. Okay, you guys, and if you remember, I brought down 2 shades here of my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, and one is in the shade Light Medium, and the other one is in Medium Tan. So I'm pretty light right now, so maybe I will start with this light medium. And I think I'm just going to place a little bit on my Stands Out sponge here. I love this tinted hydrator. It is such a beautiful product. And what's nice about it, you know, you can mix it with other products too. And, you know, if you have like a really matte formula, I see, you know, mix a little bit with this in it. And it really just changes everything. So, yeah, it is so beautiful. Okay, you guys, so that is all applied. I absolutely love this foundation. It just, you know, always looks so beautiful. It never, ever lets me down. Even with, you know, a lot of my dryness going on, it still, you know, just kind of glides right over it. Can I still see some of the dryness? Yes, but it's not, you know, like flaky dry. You could just kind of just see it. So I swear this is the best, and it's not even $5, I don't think, you guys. Okay, so let's move on to this new concealer, and that is the Make or by Make, and it's called Skin Mimic Concealer. So it just looked so beautiful on Rose that was trying it out on Instagram, and I got mine in the shade 03 Light C. So it seems pretty hefty. Yeah, the component is really hefty. As you can hear, it's almost like a glass or something. And yeah, it just, you can see the shade through here. So the packaging is very nice. This is what the wand looks like. And let's just apply a little bit. We'll start with small increments and just see if it's a formula that dries down quickly. Right now, it seems pretty good. I'm actually just going to apply more than usual just to see, you guys. And we're going to see how hydrating this looks. Right now, it seems to be a nice concealer. I find that I do need to build up on it, especially on my inner corner. So maybe with this product, I might even have to use like a corrector because it's almost in my inner corner where I do have the darkness. Seem to almost be giving off a gray cast, but I could be wrong, you guys. I would love to know your guys' thoughts on it. So it definitely has some decent coverage. Let me see if my under eyes look dry. They do not. Considering everything being so dry, it does look pretty dewy under there. So that, I like. But I do find with this, I do need to use a little bit more than usual. Yeah, again, for my eyes and my skin being super dry right now, I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if my wrinkles are appearing a little smaller, but yeah, it's hard for me to tell. It's always so hard, but you guys will probably be able to tell more than I would. That's a pretty nice concealer. I like that, I do have a little bit of dewiness going on under my eyes. They don't look super dry, especially how dry my skin is right now. So as of right now, that is a very nice concealer. I think the shade is pretty good for my skin tone right now. So yeah, I'm excited to continue using this. I mean, is it groundbreaking concealer as of right now? For me, no. I guess it's more skin light than most of my concealers. I will say that. Again, I'm just not blown away, but it really has to blow me away, you guys. Okay, so let's get into the powder. And again, I'm going to start with this one here, the Moira. And this is like their, it's called Soft Focus Waterproof Setting Powder. So what I've been doing with my setting powders is taking it on a poof and really, getting quite a bit of product, just kind of pressing that into the sponge and then going over and really setting the T-zone. And I'm using a push and roll motion. With this concealer, I'm just going to basically just tap just a little bit of powder over that because I don't want it to lose its glow, but I don't want it to crease either. So I think that will do. Okay, so as you can see, it really did blur my pores even more. Now, I will say that I used way too much product, so less is more with this. I forgot how much coverage it does provide. It's like a thicker powder, but it's lightweight, if that makes any sense. Okay, you guys, let's set the rest of my face, and I'm going to use my Huda, and this is in a sugar cookie. Okay, so now I'm just going to go around and set the rest of my face. And I really do like that powder, the Huda one. It's super lightweight, and it really has not altered, the color of my foundation. Okay, you guys, let's go into the powdered bronzer. And the one I chose is by Believe Beauty. And this is in the shade Sunkissed Honey. And as you can see, there's like a glow infused in that. I hope you guys can pick that up. It is so beautiful. And I think I'm going to apply it with my BK Beauty 103 brush. So I'm just going to use a little bit because from what I remember, it is pretty pigmented and glowy. I mean, I want to glow, but I do not want it to be shiny looking either. So we're just going to go in and work our way up and get it to where I do have a little bit more color in my face. I am feeling like I'm looking a little pale. I love these brushes. They are just so nice and soft. And I feel like, I can really never overdo it too much, because even if I do, it really just buffs it out perfectly and somehow does not interfere with my foundation under it. So as you can see, it's just very natural looking. You can see that glow really bouncing off of it. So that's why I love this bronzer. Yeah, I feel like I never really can overdo it. Sometimes I can overdo it just slightly to where there's just too much glow. So that is the only problem with this, is you got to be careful with the glow factor. Okay, let's go into the blush. And the one I picked was this Winky Lux. And it looks like this. It's so beautiful. It looks like a little rose in there. So the brush I think I'm going to use for that is the one from BK Beauty. And it's the 106. And I'm going to grab quite a bit of this because from what I remember, it's not super pigmented. And you can really build up on it. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, I use quite a bit of product. And not getting a huge color payoff. And I remember this thing went so viral, and it's not cheap. It's like $20. So for me, I just think it's more a nice thing to have in your collection. Do I think it's a must-have? You know, cream blush, you know, groundbreaking? Absolutely not. As you can see, I'm using quite a bit of product, and this is all the color payoff that I have gotten from dipping back in several times. So this definitely is not my favorite cream blush. Would I declutter it? Probably not, because it is pretty in my collection. Okay, and now I am going to go over, you know, just to set that down with the e.l.f. And this is a primer infused blush. So it looks like it's in Always Punchy. So it looks like that. Oh, it is kind of powdery though. Oh my. I don't remember it being like that. And I'm just going to put a little bit in my shadow, just so everything looks like it kind of blends together. Okay, let's go back into this palette. And I think for my outer corner, I'm going to start with the shade Brownie. So that was the deepest shade I used. And place that on the inner and outer corner. And then with the more fluffy brush, I'm going to go below that with that taupe of my game. Then with the angle brush, I put olive it on it, and I'm going to spray that with some setting spray, because that is a shimmer and I don't want that going all over the place. And I'm going to place that right here in the center. Okay, so whatever I did on my upper lid, I actually just mimicked that on my lower lash line. Before I put on my mascara, I'm actually going to set my entire face using the JOA Set Perfection, and this is Extreme Stay Transfer Proof Setting Spray. So let's spray that. It has a very nice mister on it. It's very fine. It's not aggressive at all. So I really do enjoy that. And I'm actually just going to place a little bit on my sponge here and set under the eyes with that setting spray as well. And as of right now, there was a slight creasing, you guys. So it does crease a little bit. And I do find with more creamy formulas that will happen. Same with my Kosas if I don't set it. Even though I love it, it's super creamy, which my mature under eyes love. I do find that it will crease if I don't set it correctly. So yeah, that really did melt all the powders into my skin. So yeah, I do love the setting spray. I think I remember loving it when I tested it out, and yeah, it works really, really well. Okay, you guys, let's go into the mascara, and this is actually by Beauty by Certain, and it's called Whole Lotta Mascara. So let's take a wand, or look at the wand. And so it looks like that, very old school. I have a feeling maybe I did use this on the channel, you guys, but yeah, I can't remember. I do use a lot of mascaras, so I am going to just curl my lashes. Right now, it's not gripping my lashes like those other ones I've been trying out, like the Tarte and my Maybelline one. It's a little wet, which, you know, it could get better in time, but it is creating length for sure. So that is just a couple strokes. So it definitely does create length, and I'm hoping, you know, like on the second coat, it's really going to grab onto my lashes and create the volume. So I'll do 2 coats and I'll come back and we'll move on to the lips. Okay, so that mascara definitely did grab my lashes on that second coat. So I really do like how it did create the volume and length that I do love. And then I did swatch the 2 lipsticks that I brought down, and they're pretty close, you guys. So I'm actually going to use this one, the Maybelline, and this is Color Sensational. And I believe this is in the shade More Buff. And when I use this, I find that I don't have to use a lip liner. So I think that's why I want to use it today, just to eliminate some of this time, you guys. So I'm going to show you. It's a pretty matte formula, but it's creamy, which that is really nice. And it is super long wearing. Yeah, so I think that this shade goes really well with this look. I actually thought it was a little darker, but guys, it will work. And I'm actually going to use this too, Patrick Ta. I got it in one of my boxy charms, and it's in the shade She's Expensive. So it's a very pretty packaging, and that is the one, just very normal. But it has like a glitter in it, which that's what I love. It just creates a beautiful shine. And again, there's like a little bit of glitter infused in it. So it is a pretty lip combination. I do like that. Now, can you find something the same at the drugstore as this Patrick Ta? Something very close, like that Milani I used the other day. Anything that has like a little bit of shimmer in it or glitter, you will get the same effect. But this one does have like a nice minty feeling to it. Okay, guys, so this is the final look. I actually like how the eye look did turn out. I was a little nervous there. Anytime I do a halo eye, you guys, I get a little nervous. All the products I brought down, I actually do enjoy, so I don't think I will be decluttering any of those. So let's test this out. Let's test this out before we go. And here is a little bit of water. And let's see, you guys. Okay, well, it is staying a lot better than I remember the first time. It is starting to smudge a little bit the more I keep rubbing, but I am placing some good pressure on there. So, you guys, that is actually a pretty decent liner, and I just used the wipe, and it finally did come off. So I will list everything in the description box below. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you had fun shopping my stash. As you guys can see, I desperately need to do a declutter video very soon. And everything I brought down, I actually really enjoy. So none of that's going to go. And I don't know if you guys seen on my community post that I actually applied to be in this contest, and it's to appear in a magazine, like a 2-page spread to represent all of us over 40. And I actually made it into the second round, you guys, and I'm in 4th place in my group. So I could really use your vote, and I will link that link in the description box below. I would truly, truly appreciate it. You guys know how much I appreciate everything you do for me. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your week. I will see you hopefully on Thursday. Depends how I'm feeling, you guys. It's just been a rough few weeks, but I will certainly try. I love you so much, and until next time.